Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to the April end of month update. We're going to cover futures performance, stock performance, and a few important system updates that went live this month. And then I'm going to share a really cool client win as well. So let's get into it. Starting with the futures algo, we finished April up 4.3% on the month. I do want to address this directly. We did have an unfortunate drawdown towards the end of the month, and obviously nobody likes to see that, especially after the system had built up such solid gains earlier in the period. But even with the end of month pullback, the futures algo still closed April positive overall. And that's really the key point here. Not every month is going to be just a straight line up. That's trading. There's going to be stretches where the market gives clean opportunities, and there are going to be stretches where conditions get a little bit choppier and harder to trade. What matters is that risk stays contained, the system continues to follow the rules, and the month still closes net positive despite the volatility. So overall, 4.3% on futures for April after the late month drawdown is still a result that we are comfortable with. Moving over to the stock side, our stocks algorithm returned a total of 6.07% across the 5 different stock algos. Really solid performance there across the board, and the standout for the month was NVIDIA, which is our best performing stock in April. Obviously, NVIDIA continues to be one of the most important names in the market, and the system was able to capture some really clean movement there throughout the month. Between futures finishing positive and stocks producing a little bit more than 6%, April was another month where the overall portfolio of systems continued to do what we want it to do: generate opportunities, diversify across different strategies, and manage risk systematically. Let's talk about the updates, because there were a few important updates over the month. First, 2.1C grass-fed prime beef update is now the standard. This update specifically changes stop-loss logic on Mondays. This is something we've talked about before. We're constantly looking at the data day by day, by setup, by behavior, by market conditions. If we see that a specific day requires different risk logic, we're not going to force one generic rule across everything for the entire week. So with 2.1C, Mondays now has an improved stop-loss logic designed to better match how the system behaves on that specific day. Again, this is the kind of surgical optimization that we like to make, not changing everything just for the sake of changing things, or identifying one area where the data shows an opportunity and making the adjustment there. We also had the Thursday special go live, and in April it hit 3 out of its 4 trades. It's obviously a very strong start. It's still early, so we're going to continue to monitor it closely, but that's exactly what we want to see from these more targeted configurations. Specific setups, specific days, cleaner execution, and data-backed performance. Another important risk update this month was that the end-of-day trade auto-close time. Previously, end-of-day trades were closing at 4:01 p.m. Eastern. We've now moved that auto-close time to 3:44. The reason for that is pretty straightforward. The final stretch of the trading day can get unnecessarily volatile. You'll often see weird liquidity, aggressive positioning, last-minute moves, and generally it's just less clean price action. So by moving the auto close earlier, we're creating a cleaner risk parameter to reduce exposure that is pretty unnecessary with the end-of-day volatility. Again, this is not about chasing every possible extra point in the market. It's about improving the quality of execution and removing risk where it doesn't need to be taken. And then lastly, I want to highlight a client message from Sloan, because this one was awesome. Sloan said, "Vector is the real deal. I had a goal of hitting 50K on my cash account, and I just hit that today. I took 5K to 50K. I'm still in disbelief. Thank you for all you guys do." He mentioned that he started on January 15th with his cash account and took a much more aggressive approach, leveraging the fact that algos have historically not lost more than 2 or 3 times in a row. Now, I want to be very clear here. That kind of result is not the standard. That kind of aggression is not what we recommend to do. Most clients are running much more conservative settings, and that is completely fine. In fact, for the majority of people, that is the better approach. But it does show what's possible when someone understands the data, understands the risk, and is willing to be a little bit more hands-on with their settings. So huge congratulations to Sloan. We love seeing wins like that, and we appreciate the trust. So to wrap up April, futures finished up 4.3%, even with a late month drawdown. Stocks was slightly above 6% out of the 5 algos, with NVIDIA leading the way. 2.1C is now the standard, with improved Monday stop loss logic. Thursday special went live and hit 3 out of 4 trades, and our end-of-day auto close time has been moved earlier to reduce volatility. Overall, another month of performance, another month of data, another month of refinement. As always, we're going to keep doing what we do at Vector. Stay disciplined, manage risk first, make decisions based on real data, and continue improving all these systems over time. We appreciate you all, and we'll see you next month.